Hello everyone, welcome to another webinar. I hope my voice is clear and the chat box is enabled. If you have any queries, you can comment on it. And we have a few more attendees to join. So let's wait for them. We will start in a few minutes. Okay, let's begin. So once again, welcome to a new webinar on Odoo 17 accounting module. So today's agenda behind this webinar is to literate the public and end users about Odoo 17 accounting module. We'll be discussing the key features and benefits of Odoo's accounting module, including its user-friendly interface and seamless integration with other Odoo applications. Then setting up accounting system and learning how to configure Odoo accounting to suit your business needs, covering the chart of account setup, bank reconciliation, and also the advanced accounting functionalities such as budget management, multi-currency support, financial reporting capabilities, etc. So before starting the session, let me introduce about myself and about my company. Myself, Shapna, functional consultant from Cybrosys Technologies, and we are the leading IT solution provider renowned for its expertise in developing and implementing software solutions. Specializing in Odoo ERP, Cybrosys offers a wide range of services, including consulting, Odoo customization, implementation, and support, with a commitment of delivering high-quality solutions tailored to meet the unique requirements of clients across various industries. Cybrosys stands out as a trusted partner in the realm of enterprise software development and integration. Now let's discuss what is Odoo and why Odoo ERP. So basically, Odoo is an open source ERP system which is modular in design. It is therefore very user-friendly, reasonably priced, and versatile. Because it is in modular nature, it may represent any business, and because of the application used may vary depending on the industry. It can mean one thing for one business and set something another or different, entirely different for another system. That is, depending on the business workflow, the industries can choose a set of modules from Odoo. Therefore, we can infer that Odoo is suitable across all industries. And its subscription-based business strategy makes it extremely economical in addition to being flexible. And you can utilize any module and only pay for the number of users. Small and medium-sized firms can also benefit greatly from it, as you can add more application whenever you had like. For example, you may decide to start with your primary business sector and expand into other departments later. So when you have the necessary funds or when you are ready. The fact that Odoo's user interface and system are so simple to use and train the clients, which is another factor of being Odoo is widely popular. And any ERP business setup need to be simple and straightforward. Thus, Odoo is an excellent solution for small to medium-sized enterprise who do have a strict budget and ensure that their implementation is in budget and on time, because it is pretty simple and not too risky for the business. When it comes to support, Odoo offers worldwide reach of assistance by email and by Odoo community. Now we'll look into the features of accounting module. So, some points regarding saving time on recording the transaction. First one is worldwide compatibility. Odoo accounting can be used in any country. Like there is localization packages or physical localization packages are available. Nearly 95 packages are available, which will pre-configure your database according to your country's taxes, physical position, chart of accounts, and legal statements, so that you can start working immediately. Also, you'll be able to import the chart of accounts, taxes, physical position upon your requirement as well. Then iOS and Android native apps cover 100% of features. Low data transfer to get faster user experience even on slow internet connection. The next comes the AI-powered invoice digitization. Upload your scanned PDF or image format file, so Odoo can encode them automatically. You don't need to separately record each and every transaction manually. Okay, that is why what we call as digitization. Odoo supports digitization. And also Odoo supports the multi-company. You'll be able to create your subsidiary companies within the same system, and you only pay for one subscription only. You can automate your business flows with intercompany rules as well. Next comes account receivable and payable, and you will be able to create invoice templates. Like you will be able to create your own design for your invoice document by adjusting the colors, fonts, and choosing the best invoice template for your company. And you'll be able to draft invoices automatically by Odoo itself based on the sale order, subscription, timesheet, and delivery orders. And it is possible to manage the customer and vendor credit note directly from the invoice and vendor bill. And there comes the sales credit limit. You will be able to set up a credit limit for your partner. This will trigger alerts when creating invoices and sale order for partners exceeding their total receivable limit. Odoo also support multi-currency, and you'll be able to update the currency rate daily or weekly basis, or you can automate that multi-currency rate updates using automated currency updates. And Odoo provides 5 types of journals like purchase, sales, cash and bank, and miscellaneous. So you'll be able to review, edit, and reconcile your journal entries by each journal. Get paid easily. Customers are allowed to make online payments using different payment methods. Odoo support different payment gateways such as Stripe, Authorize.net, or Gold, PayPal, Alipay, and many. And also Odoo provide customer portal for customers. This will allow them to view and download their own documents, and they can even pay their invoice through online by logging to their customer portal. They can also manage their subscription, sign documents, track order status, then send messages and do well. And we'll be able to set up follow-up reports. So this follow-up reports ensure the credit collection with some automated process like sending automated follow-up email, letters, SMS, and automated tasks to remind the customers when necessary. And enabling QR codes on invoice will allow the customers to pay the payment effortlessly with their mobile banking application. Then comes the direct payment. Odoo support direct debit. So this will allow to collect automated payments with the help of a direct debit mandate from the customer. Then regarding paying bills, we'll be having SCT, that is SEPA credit transfer to make supplier payments through SEPA zone. And there comes a batch payment. Using batch payment, we'll be able to group the different payments and send for reconciliation. Then comes the checks option. So enabling the check feature will allow to make payment that is supplier payment by checks, and it will be allowed to print checks and batches in just few clicks. Now comes the bank and cash. So it is easy to manage cash register. Like it will be easier to track the cash transaction with starting and ending balances, and there will be automatic option for bank feeds. Like automating bank feed options are available in the bank journal. It can be using online synchronization or through import functions. So bank feed defines how the bank statements are fetched to Odoo. So it can be through online synchronization, like we'll be able to fetch the bank statement directly from the bank to Odoo. So this will helpful to easier reconciliation process and hassle-free reconciliation. And when it comes to import statement, like if you're importing bank statements in Odoo, it will support with like the import function will support with the formats like YFX, QIF, CSV, CMT, and CODF files. Then reconciliation tools for easy reconciliation. There are different reconciliation models are available, and will be automate the reconciliation process. And we'll be able to get reconciliation suggestions automatically, and register extra journal items even on the fly itself. And Odoo matches 95% of invoices and payments automatically. For remaining 5%, smart matching tool is extremely quick and convenient. And we'll be having outstanding payments. This will allow to identify the payments that is need to be reconciled. That is using easy outstanding payments, you will be get partial and full reconciliation suggestions straight from the invoice or bank statement. Then comes a legal statement. Any change in your accounting is directly visible, and it is allowed to record each and every value you have been entered or changed in the trial audit trial report. So this is one of the new feature in Odoo 70. And when it comes to advanced tax management, multiple types of taxes can be configured. It can be percentage wise, like the tax computation can be based on percentage wise. It can be either price included or price excluded, and even fixed computation is available, and a group of taxes can be configured, etc. And there is also a different tax engine like Tax Cloud and Avalara to support the tax management. And you will be get your tax reports in accrual and cash-based format according to your country's tax regulation. Then you will be able to set up the invoicing switch threshold. So this will allow to remove those invoices up to this date will not be taken into account on the accounting entries, like in the accounting reports. And the tax audit report. You can check easily how the tax report is computed for your audits through tax audit report. And you can also report your cash basis taxes, like cash basis income or expense to your physical administration. Then comes the important feature, that is analytic accounting. It is also known as cost accounting. So we'll be able to set up analytic accounts, analytic plans, and analytic distribution. And you can structure your analytic account based on the analytic plans like projects, department, etc. And you will be able to set up sub-plans even with applicability condition to shape your own analytic dimensions of your company. Then analytic widget on the invoice or bills to create analytic distribution on the spot directly from your invoice. You will be also able to add this analytic distribution in the fixed assets or in the journal entries, and even in the budget calculation and in the deferred revenue, deferred expense calculation as well. Now comes the budget management. Budget management is exactly used to track your budget, and you can compare the actual performance with different budgets, and you'll be able to manage the budget of your financial accounting or analytic accounts. Now comes the asset, expense, and revenue recognition. Asset management is used to track your assets and depreciation boards and automatically generate amortization entries. Then comes the deferred expense and deferred revenue recognition. This is different, like the restructure. It is restructured in Odoo 17, so we will be able to automate the deferred revenue and expense entries and get a clear overview of your recurring revenue and expense. Odoo balances out part of the amount and puts it in your chosen dedicated account. Okay, next comes the web service API. So Odoo will allow to connect third-party application with Odoo web service API, and will be having a flexible import-export feature, that is using the built-in import-export tool. I will be able to import and export mass data through Excel sheet. Then comes the tax cloud integration. This is what we have just mentioned earlier. The tax cloud is integrated with Odoo, so we'll be having the ability to take the correct tax rate automatically applied on the transaction like invoices and bills based on the US zip codes and product categories. Okay, so tax cloud calculates sales tax in real time for every state, city, and special jurisdiction and United States. Also, our tax is supported by Odoo. Next comes the integration. So, Odoo modules are integrated, and here comes integration like sales. You will get your customer invoices created directly from the sale order, and it will be taken to the accounting module. Similarly, when it comes to inventory, your transactions like the stock transaction in and out will record the stock valuation details in the accounting. And when it comes to purchase, in just few clicks, you'll be able to create supplier bills from against a purchase order. And also e-commerce. When it comes to e-commerce, this transactions are reported automatically into accounts based on the e-commerce sales and the payments, refunds, shipping, etc. So all those modules are integrated. There are much more modules that are related or integrated with accounting like expense, subscription, timesheet, project, manufacturing, and many more. So these are the features of Odoo accounting module. And let's see the live demo. This is my Odoo dashboard where I have installed accounting module. And this is the accounting dashboard where you can see an onboarding panel having certain functionalities to add accounting periods. This is to define your fiscal year of your company and setting up your bank account and setting the default sales tax and purchase tax of your company and setting up your chart of accounts and record the opening balance. And here you can see the customer invoice, printer bills. These are the journals available. I have predefined some chart of account like the Fiscal Localisation package for my company. So the journals are pre-installed, and the other details like chart of accounts, taxes are pre-installed. So here it is a customer invoice, which is a sales journal. This will record the sales related transaction. Here you can see there are 9 unpaid invoices and the late invoices are 8 in count. And when it comes to vendor bill, this is a purchase journal. It will have 1 bill to validate and 2 bills to pay, and there is 1 late bill. And the miscellaneous journal. So this miscellaneous journal is usually used to record miscellaneous entries like stock valuation or other related miscellaneous expenses, etc. And here it comes the 2 payment journal. One is cash and bank. Cash journal records the cash transaction and bank journal records the bank transaction. Here it is a balance shown as $9,000 and $944.87. And there are 8 items to reconcile under the bank journal. Now let's see the basic configuration. Going to settings. Here you can see the physical localization. As we have mentioned earlier, there are nearly 95 localization packages out there. So based on the company configuration, you will be able to choose your localization package over here. So this will install the chart of accounts or taxes or physical positions or other reports specific to your company to your accounting module. So before that, let me go into the App Store, and when I'm searching for accounting, or you can search it for L10N, where you can find there are different accounting modules for different country. You can see UAE accounting and Austria accounting, then comes the Belgium accounting, Brazilian accounting. So these are different localization package based for your company. That is, when you configure your company from the configuration, and when I go to companies here, you can see that this is my company, and here it is mentioned as a company address, United States as a country, and you can see the currency is updated as USD. So based on the basic information you have been provided for your company, you can decide which localization you require. Suppose if I'm creating another company, Chicago company. Okay. So, and here I'll be adding and country is India. So basically the currency will be Odoo INR. So as I'm creating a new company, I'll be able to find the company details at the right hand corner. And you can see there are two companies. One is your company and demo company. You can switch to your demo company. So in the dashboard, you'll be able to see the accounting. When you move to accounting, there is nothing is configured. You can see there is nothing is configured under chart of accounts or taxes. Nothing is there because now localization package has been configured. So go to configuration settings and you can choose Indian chart of account over here. And once you say this will allow to configure the default country and the currency as INR, and it will pre-install all the chart of accounts used in India, all the taxes that are configured. India pre-install the physical position, all these things will be installed. So I'm saving this data. So when you move to the, when you scroll down, you will be able to find here the domestic country of your accounting, that is a physical country, which is taken as India. And the main currency, that is the main currency of your company, will be taken as INR. Also, when you move to the chart of accounts, you can see the chart of accounts that are usually used in India are pre-configured. Also, you'll be able to import or create new chart of account. Similarly, when you go to taxes, you will be able to find the different taxes that are used in India, like GST, IGST, CGST, etc. You can see that here. And also the journals, different journals like sales journal, purchase, etc. And you can see even in the dashboard all the journals over here, and there is no transactions recorded. Okay, so this is a basic setup of your company, like recording the physical localization package and pre-installing all the details. Also, you'll be able to create your own chart of accounts if required, or your own taxes. Now let's see the chart of accounts setup. So go to configuration and chart of accounts. Here you will be able to find all the chart of accounts. Okay, and here you can see a particular coding or a hierarchy. When you click on one, you'll be able to see the subgroups. That is, this defines the chart of accounts starts with 1. Then when you click on 10, you can group the chart of account that starts with 1011. So based on the account type, or based on the operational activity, you will be able to set up grouping based on the code. You will be able to create a new account from here. Like maybe I'll be adding an 70341, and this is for local states, and its type can be income. So I'll be choosing it as income. So here you can add the account type. Okay, it can be income expense, cost of revenue, that is a direct expense, or whether it is receivable, bank or cash, etc. And when you click on view, you'll be able to find more details and set up more data, like this is a code, the name of your account, the account type, and you can also mention the default tax or whether this belongs to disallowed expense. So disallowed expense category can be added, tags can be added, allowed journals can be added, currency in order to record the transaction in that particular currency only. And if this account involves in the reconciliation process, you can keep allow reconciliation. Deprecated is to deactivate this particular account. Okay, and here it is defines the balance of this account. Currently the balance is 0. Okay, so in this way you can create a new chart of account. Also, if you have an Excel sheet consisting the details of chart of accounts, you can import using the import function. Now we'll be moving to taxes. So here it is a tax configuration. Here you can see two predefined taxes. One is sales tax and purchase tax. You can define the taxes under the product. When you go to products and when you open this, you can define the customer tax over here. This is a sales tax, and under purchase tax, you can mention the vendor tax. So this is a vendor like the purchase tax. Also, you'll be able to set up default taxes in the configuration setting. Here under the taxes section, here you can define the default sales tax and purchase tax. So if tax is applied for product, that will be taken into account. Otherwise, it will be taken the default taxes mentioned in the configuration settings. And here it is a tax return periodicity. Like the periodicity is monthly, like it defines how often the tax return have to be made. So it can be monthly or quarterly or annually, semi-annually, etc. And you'll be able to set up a reminder like 7 days after the period, and the tax return journal entry will be recorded under the miscellaneous operation. So this is other than the different journal, like recording other than sales, purchase of cash or bank transaction. That's why the miscellaneous operation is taken. And when you go back, let's say event, moving back to taxes, here you can create new taxes, maybe a 10%. So the tax type can be mentioned, can be sales or purchase, and description for the tax can be added, and the tax based on goods or service. And here it is a tax computation. So there are different types of tax computation. It can be based on percentage, price, or group of taxes. So group of taxes means it consists of multiple taxes, and it can be a fixed amount and the percentage of tax included. And even we can configure tax with Python code. Okay, so when I'm choosing the percentage of price, I can add the percentage. If it is 10%, I can add it over here. Or if it is a fixed amount, you can mention the fixed amount. Maybe if it is 50, fixed amount can be mentioned. And if it is percentage price included, the percentage is added, but it will be recorded in the tax included price. Then when it comes to Python code, you will be able to define the Python code over here. That is result equal to price unit into 0.10. applicable code result equal to 2. So Python code can be added over here to record the Python code tax computation. And next comes a group of taxes. So if it is a group of taxes, you can define the group of taxes over here, which are the taxes included in this 10% VAT. So let's add one tax as percentage of price, which is 10%. And under the distribution for invoice and distribution of refund, we'll be able to set up the account under like the tax amount should be recorded in this particular account. So here I'll be adding tax receipt. Here also I'll be adding tax receipt account. So the 10% VAT amount will be recorded in the tax receipt account. Then under the advanced settings, you can define the label that should be appear on the invoice. Like I'll be adding 10% VAT. Then the tax group. So this is not tax group. This is VAT. So I'll be creating another tax group VAT. So creating tax group will allow to identify the taxes in under different grouping in the tax report. And if this tax is included in price, you can define, or you will be having another functionality of affecting the base of subsequent tax. That is, the base amount will be affected the subsequent taxes. So I'm not adding price included. This is not price included. So let's say this. And when it comes to journals, you'll be having 5 types of journal. One is sales journal. That is all sales related transaction like custom invoice, credit notes will be recorded under this journal. Purchase journal, like or the purchase related transaction like purchase bills, and its credit note will be like purchase credit note will be recorded under purchase tab. And the miscellaneous operation like miscellaneous entries like cash basis entry, then exchange differences, stock valuation, miscellaneous expense recording like petty cash, etc. recorded under the miscellaneous journal. And the bank and cash payments will be recorded under the bank and cash journal respectively. Now looking to the configuration. So this is a type mentioned. Here it is 5 types. Sale, that is custom invoice, which is a sales journal. And here it defined the income account. So also the income account is defined under the product as well. When you go to products, you will be able to find under the accounting tab. Here it is the income and expense account is recorded. Also under the product category, the income and expense account is recorded. So the priority will be to the income account and expense account in the product. Like if it is recorded in the product, it will be taken. If it's not defined in the product, it will be taken from the product category. If income and expense account is not recorded in the product and in the category, it will take the accounts like the default income account and expense account from the sales journal and purchase journal. So in the purchase journal as well, we'll be defining the purchase default expense account. And here it is a dedicated credit note sequence. This will decide whether the bill and its credit note will share the same sequence or not. And this is a bill shortcode. So all the journal entries under this particular journal will have a sequence number starts with bill. Similarly, for customer invoices as well, the short code is given as INV. And under the advanced settings, we'll be having some option to add control access by setting allowed accounts under this journal, and we'll be able to log the posted entries by enabling this particular boolean. And the communication type. Communication type is a payment communication type. It can be based on, that is, a payment communication is entirely based on an invoice or a customer ID, or it can be set it as open. Then comes the communication type, that is the communication standard, whether it is Odoo European, and you can set up a follow customer payment activity over here. So if I'm adding an activity like call, this will set up an activity once an entry is created under this journal. So this will be added to user initial admin, and okay, so this is the activity summary, and you can define the custom like the email server over here. So this will create like a journal entry under this particular journal when email is received to the configured mail server. This can also set up in the purchase journal as well under the advanced settings. Now comes the miscellaneous operation, where you can see the code, default account, and currency can be added, and also the allowed account, and we can restrict whether the entries need to be like need to be logged after posting. Then the bank and cash. So bank and cash have a different configuration. That is, under the journal entries, you will be able to define the bank account to which the bank payments are received. And the suspense account is the account, it is the statement lines or statement amounts are recorded until the reconciliation is completed. Then you can add dedicated payment sequences if required and the shortcut. And here it is a bank page. That is, we have mentioned regarding the bank fee. That is deciding how to fetch the bank statements from bank. It can be through automated bank reconciliation or manually. You can mark it over here. Undefined yet means it can be either through bank reconciliation or manually, and you can define the bank account number over here. And the incoming payments can be like the payment method, incoming payment method can be added over here, and this is the outgoing payment method. Since checks are enabled in Odoo, supplier payments, that is the outgoing payments can be done through checks as well. Like in the configuration settings, when you scroll down, you can see checks under vendor payments. So here it is the checks is enabled. So vendor payments can be done by checks as well. That is outgoing payment. And this is a SEPA credit transfer. In order to make payments to your vendor through SEPA service, similarly we'll be having STD for customer payment. That is through direct payment mandate. And by connecting the SEPA service, we will be able to collect the automated payments from the customer. And here are some features already enabled, which is one is invoice online payment. This allows our customers to make payment through online, that is through their customer portal. And under customer invoice, we'll be having the option to enable customer address. This will allow to add specific invoice and delivery address in the invoice. And there is option to record default terms and condition. It can be add as a node, or you can provide a link of the web page. So if it is a node, you can add the node conditions and terms and condition over here. And this is for setting up the sales credit limit. So for each partner, the default sales credit limit is set up as 10,000. Also, you will be able to define the credit limit for individual partners separately. And this is total amount of invoice in letters. So this will display the total amount of the invoice in letters in your invoice. And enabling QR code, this will add a QR code in your invoice. Save these features and moving back to journals. Okay, so under the advanced settings of bank journal, we'll be able to add the allowed accounts. So these accounts are only allowed for adding journal entries under. And here it is the journal entry smart tab. So when you log into this, all the entries that are put under the bank will be recorded over there. Next comes the cash journal. Similarly, cash cash journal can be configured, and this is a cash account and suspense account, and here it comes a profit and loss account. So this profit and loss account is usually to define the cash difference, loss or gain at the time of rounding or adding discounts. So the if it is a gain or profit from that particular rounding, that will be recorded, or that gain will be recorded in this cash difference account. If it is a loss, this will be recorded in the cash difference loss account. And here it is a configuration payment for incoming payment method and outgoing payment method and the advanced setting. So this is the basic configuration of journal. So these are the basic accounting setup. First setup of the localization, which will pre-install all the details like a chart of account, taxes, journals, and you will be also able to create if you require your own. And comes the currency. You can see multiple currency have been activated, and we have two company. One is Indian company and US company. So two currencies are activated. And if you want to activate another currency, you can activate it. And when you open this, you will be able to find the symbol unique currency, unique currency symbol, etc. And here you can add the unit per USD, the currency rate. Also, we'll be having the provision for automatic currency update. It is when you're moving to configuration settings under currency, there will be an option for automatic currency update. So whatever the service we have been chosen over here, based on this band, once we run the currency rate, once we update this, the currency will be updated. Okay, once you update this, that is interval is currently chosen as manually. We can mark it as daily or weekly, etc. So if it is daily, the next one will be updated. Okay, so once you save this, the currency rate will be updated under the currency, or even though we can add currency manually. Okay, when I'm moving to over here you can see for current date, for the day of 18th of current month, 82 is currency rate, and for 1st of January of 2010 the currency rate, or even we can manually add it from here. Okay, for the current date I can add a new currency rate as well. Let's save this. And moving back to physical position. Physical position is actually used for tax mapping, and here you will be able to add the tax mapping, like if it is for sale, you can mark detect automatically. If you want to detect the physical position automatically based on the country group or something, so I'm choosing the country group of GCC. So country group consists of these countries like Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, etc. So once a customer from this particular country group arrives and do an invoice for that particular person, so the mapping will be applied. So the default tax will be added on product is 15%. It will be applied to VAT 10%. And even you can add the account mapping as well. That is, if it is product sales, it should be recorded in the export sales. I'll be adding one more income account, like it's 70302, and this is income type. Okay, so the product, say that is the default account we have mentioned in the product is product sale, so it will be recorded in the export sale account. Okay, now let's move to customer invoices. Let's see how the invoice has been configured. And here you can see these are the invoices with invoice number, you can see over here, and the tax excluded amount, total in currency, and the payment status, etc. And you will be able to add more columns over here if it is amount due or invoice, currency, etc. Now let's say creating a new invoice for a customer. May create a customer, going to customer, which will be having it's an GCC customer. Okay, and country is added as Saudi, and we can add the state even, and the other details can be added, the PAN, tax ID, address, form, email, etc. So here it will be adding gcc@upc.com as the test mail ID. And under the sales and purchase, we'll be having the ability to add the physical position. That is, under the physical information, we can add the export sale physical position. So when I'm creating an invoice for this particular customer, this physical position is automatically taken. Now let's move into customer invoice and adding the GCC customer. Here you can see the details will be added. The delivery address is automatically updated, and the invoice date and payment reference is the. So invoice date is the current date, 29th of this month, and here you can add the due date. Maybe I'll be adding the payment term as 15 days. So within 15 days, the customer need to make payment, and this is recorded under customer journal. Currently, the currency is chosen as USD. So if I'm adding product over here, you can see by default product sales is taken. Okay. Now if I'm adding corner read this, here you can see as I'm adding the product, the tax is mapped based on the physical position we have been added, and the account is also mapped, and the amount is in currently dollar. So what I'm doing is I'm just removing, and I can add, I'll be creating for this particular customer, and you can see the amount is converting. So I'll be adding the corner this right side. Here it is, the account is mapped, and the price is converted to AED, and the 10% VAT is added. Here you can see untaxed amount, VAT amount, and the total amount. And here you can see the default terms and condition we have just configured in the configuration setting that will be automatically updated. And under the journal items, you can see the ledger posting of this particular invoice. That is, the export sale is credited, that is the income account is credited, and the tax amount is recorded in the tax receipt account. So this account is we have mentioned in the 10% VAT configuration, and this is an account receivable. Account receivable is the amount that need to be receivable from our customer. So the total amount 161. 0.70 is debited. And in the other info, you can see that the salesperson is mission, and also the physical position is taken as export sale and the company. You can define the Incoterm if required. This is an international commercial term. And also you can mention the auto post option. So the automate option will allow to auto post this invoice on the particular date we have mentioned. So we can mention it as a date, which means it will be automatically posted on the mentioned date. So we don't need that. We keep it no. If it is provided as monthly, quarterly or yearly, it will create recurrent bills monthly or quarterly or yearly, whatever the auto post option we have been provided. Okay, so let's save this. Okay, now we'll be having the ability to confirm the invoice. So an invoice sequence has been generated with shortcode INV, and also here you can see an activity has been planned. So this is an activity we have mentioned under the journal, that is whenever a transaction happened under this particular journal, the activity will be recorded. This will be due in 15 days. Okay. Next comes the send and print option. So send and print option allows to send the invoices to your customer. So this is a document layout we need to configure. We can configure a document layout at the initial stage or at the time of first invoice. So as you change the document layout to bold or stripe, based on that the preview will be appear over here. So I'll be adding it as bold, and this is a font size. You can add a different font size if required. Then comes the logo. You can add the company logo. If you have added a logo in the company configuration, this will be appear over here, and this is a company logo, and the colors you can choose from here. So I'll be adding a red color over here. So colors also you'll be able to choose. Then you can set up the background layer to blank, geometric or custom, or even you can add a background by uploading the file from your system, and you can add the company tagline. Like I'll be adding to green. Okay, so the tagline will appear over here, and the company details, footer details will be appear over here. When I'm saving, so I'll be adding the layout as planned and saving. Okay, so an invoice will be sent to the customer. So the thing is, a customer should have a valid email ID, and there is two features. One is download and email. So I just need to send by email. Don't want to download, so you can uncheck this. And the details, the subject will be auto-populated along with the attachment. And when you click on send and print, the invoice will be sent to your customer. Okay, so this will be the invoice layout, where you can find the details of like the payment terms and the payment communication. Payment communication we have added as a customer invoice, so the reference will be considered as a customer invoice. Here also the payment reference is updated as a customer invoice number. If it is mentioned as customer, like based on customer, the customer ID will be automatically updated as a payment reference. Then comes the total amount, taxes and taxed amount and all those things over here. Okay, so here it is a ledger posting, that is the account receivable amount is currently debited. Now let's see making the payment, registering payment. So this will create a payment journal as well. Currently a sales journal entry has been created in the accounting. When you move into accounting entries, you will be able to find, and journal entry has been created for the invoice. Similarly, when you move to that particular invoice, before that, here in the list view itself, it will be shown amount in currency, invoice currency, etc. And the status is not paid. When you're moving to this, and once a payment is received from the customer, you will be able to add the bank journal or cash journal. This is a payment journal. So a cash journal entry or bank journal entry will be created. So if it is a cash payment, you can mention it as a cash payment. The amount and other details will be updated. If customer is paying only 700, 780, and you can see there is a payment difference of 29.67, and you can mention, we can either keep it open so it will be moved to partial payment, or we can mark it as fully paid. Okay, we can mark it as fully paid. So the remaining 29.67 will be posted to and cash discount account. We can mention it as a cash discount loss account, and it is write-off or discount given. We can mention it over here. Okay, so this will be paid. You can see the amount is added as paid, and in the ledger, that is in the general ledger report, you will be able to find the details by this month. I'll be marked it as for today apply. So today's details will be up here. That is, you can see the cash discount loss, that is 29.67 is posted to the ledger, and in the ledger you'll be also able to find the amount in both currency, like in dollar, that is a base currency, and in the invoice currency. That is, all the journal entries will be posted in the default company currency, that is the in dollars. And in the accounting dashboard, you can find that is $155.12 are received as cash payment. Then consider another invoice. Okay, currently the amount status moved to in payment. Now we'll be having another process of reconciliation, that is in order to make the payment as paid. So when you move to the payments, you'll be able to find the payments we have been entered, and when you look into the journal entry, you can see the amount will be that is account receivable will be credited, and the amount will be moved to outstanding received account. That is, the amount is an outstanding account. You need to mark it to cash account. Actually, it is paid to cash account. So we have to create a cash statement and reconcile it with the entry. So the cash reconciliation will be done. And here you can see that cash discount losses are debited. Similarly, for the invoice, suppose for the invoice number 1, it will be having a payment of $36,512.50. Okay, suppose I'll be moving to payments and adding a customer payment for Deco Addict, and here I'll be adding a receive option because Deco Addict has paid an amount of this 36,512.56. I can also add customer payment like this as well, and this is against for the invoice number 1. So let's save and copy that invoice number. and I'll be added the payments. One can add the memo here. This will identify that this particular payment is for this against for this particular invoice, and the customer is assured actually. Okay, so let's say and confirm. So you'll be able to identify the journal entry, that is outstanding receivable as credited, that is amount to be received from the customer, receivable as received, and it will be kept in outstanding receipt. But the thing is that when you go to the invoice, still it is paid even though a customer payment have been registered. So they have to be matched. That is what we call payment matching. This you can either do through payment matching inside the customer payments, or once you look into here, you can see outstanding credits and you can add this to your invoice. So this will be moved to in payment. Okay, so that is a payment and the customer invoices match. Now in the invoice list way, you can see this is in payment. And the next step is for bank reconciliation, because a bank payment has been made. So once once the bank has been sent the bank statement, there will be a corresponding entry. So going to statements from operation, we'll be able to create one for invoice for invoice number, and Azure is chosen, and the amount is 30,000. Sorry, 36,512.50. So when you go to match option, you will be able to match the invoice along with that customer payment, and you can validate it from here. Payment is matched, that is the reconciliation has been done. Now when you look into the invoice, we'll be able to find. Then when you move to customer invoices, you can see the status of that will be moved to paid. That is, after the reconciliation, the amount will be reflected in the bank account. And when you check the general ledger and in the bank account as well, you can see that entry, the amount has been added to that particular bank account. And so this is how the invoice is managed and reconciled in Odoo 17, and there will be certain reconciliation models. In order to reconcile and automate the reconciliation process, you will be having some options to reconcile. That is, 3 models can be configured. Like there are 3 types. When you open this, you can see first type is button to generate the counterpart entry, and the second one is role to suggest the counterpart entry, and third one is role to match the bills or invoices. So based on the conditions we have been applied over here, this will automatically match the invoices or bills, and it will auto validate since you enable the auto validate option. Okay, so there is no need to do it manually reconcile, and you just need to import or fetch the bank statements to your Odoo. So this will automatically update the invoices or bills if there is a perfect match is identified. Okay, so there are 3 methods, and the counterpart is basically it will suggest a counterpart entry, just like at the time of reconciliation. If we are applying any kind of discounts and all, we can add that particular discount to a counterpart. That is like, or even though there is a bank fee or due amount, this will be updated to this counterpart accounts. And a third one is to generate counterpart entry using a button click. So if you configure one, there will be a button will be generated. So on clicking that button, the counterpart will be automatically recorded. The condition will be defined in that. Then, so this is about the customer invoices, payment matching and reconciliation model. And we have the credit notes. We can manage the credit notes. We can see all the credit notes created. So either you can create it from here or from the customer invoices itself. You can create the credit note using the credit note button. So if I'm clicking on the credit note, reason you can add it over here for reversing. Suppose I'll be adding like the amount is changed, maybe the sales price is changed, and the customer date and reversal date is the current date, and you can click on reverse. So what we are doing is that I'll be reversing 63 AD. So updated as 63 and confirm. So a reverse invoice of 63 has been generated. And in the other info, you can see the customer references reversal and the reason also added over here. Similarly, when it comes to vendor bills, you will be able to configure the vendor bill or the supplier bill. So creating a new bill, maybe if I'm adding a new bill for deco, and I can add the bill date for current date and also accounting date. Accounting date is the date at which this transaction recorded in the report. And you can also define the payment due date, journal. This is a purchase journal and the currency. And added the product. Suppose I'll be purchase cabinet with doors from this particular vendor with 120.50 with a purchase tax of $15. Let's confirm this. And also you can see the ledger posting, that is the expenses debited, and tax paid is debited, also account payable, that is a amount to be paid to the vendor, payable, the payable amount to vendor, that is credited. Then upon making payment, you can register the payment and create payment. Okay, similarly as we do in the vendor customer payment, we can also add the customer payment and match the payment with that bill. The payment will be available in the bill, and you can see this payment type is send money. Actually we are sending it to the vendor, and amount and the bill as memo and the vendor account and the bill details and even the journal entry. This time the account payable is debited, that is amount is already paid to vendor, and that amount is recorded as a credited amount in the outstanding payments account. So after reconciliation, the amount from the outstanding payments will be moved to bank. We can create a bank statement for this particular amount and reconcile. Next we'll be having the amount to settle. Amount to settle in the sense those amount we are actually need to pay for our customers, and the vendor under vendor as well we'll be having amount to settle, that is the amount we have to pay towards our vendor. So so in the case of customer, it is usually a reverse invoice or credit notes, and in case of vendor bill, it is usually bills, that is we need to pay for our bill towards a vendor. Then comes the accounting part, and you'll be having the basic details like product configuration, and under product configuration, accounting here will be recording the accounting details of income and expense account, and the customer master data. Under here, under the accounting tab, we'll be adding the bank account, and accounting entries have been posted to account receivable and payable. Okay, that is at the time of this partner is treated as a customer, account receivable will be affected. As a vendor, account payable will be affected. And here it is a sales credit limit. In the configuration settings, we have to define a default limit for all partners. Also, when it comes to in partner, we can set individually as well. So this is a default amount. Maybe for this partner, I'll be providing only 5,000. By default, I'll be put it as 10,000. But for this particular customer, I'll be only giving 5,000. So when I'm trying to create an invoice for the customer, so for deco, let's check. All these are reversed currently. When you go to the customer and deco, due is 2,500, which is a miscellaneous entry. Let's create an invoice for this customer. Okay, for deco, and I'll be adding a product storage box which is 320. Maybe I'll be adding 10 quantity. So the total amount will be 3,680. Already 2,500 creditors or due is there. So when adding this, it will be the total due amount will be 6,180. So it exceeds the 5,000. So it will provide a warning over here. Okay, this is how it works. Sales credit limit. And you can see all the journal items over here. And you can filter the data based on journal entry and account, partner, etc. I'll be just removing the filter. Also, the matching details you can see over here, the matching sequences. This is for partially matching is partially done, and this has to reconcile. Also, you can filter the reconcile and unreconcile entries from here. That is, when you click on unreconcile, you can see all the unreconciled entries. These are partially reconciled. And when you click over this and you can click on reconcile, this will reconcile the corresponding entries. Okay, this is another possibility of reconciliation from the journal items. And we'll be having log dates. Log dates is a facility to log the fiscal year or tax return logs, and even at the end of the fiscal year, we can log the accounting period. Like after closing the accounting period, we can put the log date for all users. Once the auditing has been completed, you can put the journal entry till that particular date. And you have mentioned the tax return periodicity at the time of recording the fiscal year configuration or fiscal period configuration. It can be monthly or yearly, quarterly, etc. So once the tax return has been paid, you can define the tax return log date over here. Now we can discuss about asset management. When it comes to asset management, it becomes easier with the guidance of Odoo 17 accounting module. Odoo offers dedicated platforms in the module for managing assets that are purchased for long-term use. As time passes, the fixed asset will undergo depreciation and their value will reduce eventually. So all these things can be managed under asset management. So let's move to accounting tab, where you can find assets. Okay, from here you can create assets manually by clicking on new button. You'll be able to add your asset name and its asset values, current value, depreciation method, and accounting entries. So suppose I'll be having one asset over here. This asset is computing for 5 years and its original value is 1,000. Okay, and here it is a depreciation method. There are 3 depreciation methods for. One is straight line, another is declining, then the third one is declining and straight line. Straight line in the sense it will depreciate the amount equally at every duration. Declining means there will be a declining factor at every year. That percentage of depreciation will be computed. And declining and straight line is a combination of straight line and declining. First, it will start with declining method. Then at a particular point where the depreciation amount is less than or equal to the straight line value, then from that period onwards, it will follow the straight line method. Okay. Then comes the duration. It can be you can add the duration in months and years, and the computation, pro rata or not pro rata, or based on days per period. So these are the three methods of computation. Now pro rata, in the sense, it will calculate the depreciation of the asset from the start of the fiscal year. Constant period, in the sense, will be defining a pro rata date, or and the computation will start from this particular date, or it means the computation will be usually done in some cases like from the purchase date. So in that case, we'll be using the constant period. And the third method is based on days per period. So it will compute the depreciation based on per day, and it will compute based on the period. Like if the first period consists of 30 days, then it will calculate the depreciation computation of 30 days, and for the next month, if it is 31 days, it will calculate for 31 days. That is based on days per that particular period. Then you can see the book value. Here you will not be you'll be able to add the non depreciable value, but here I'll be put it as 0. Thus the book value is the original value itself. And under the accounting, you can add the accounting details like a company and the fixed asset account, depreciation account, and the expense account, and the journal under which this asset entries are posted. Okay, so you can add entries over here and compute the depreciation by clicking on the compute depreciation. So you will get a depreciation board over here, and you can see the computation as well. But the thing is that in case of certain company with large number of assets, that is, you're managing large number of assets, it is not possible to compute everything one by one from assets. So for that, we require asset model. Okay, so you can configure asset model from configuration, then you will have the asset model. So this asset model will helps you to automate the asset calculation. So you'll be having different type of assets in your company. There will be vehicles using for the transportation and company furnitures, and there will be machines required for your production process. So all these things are assets. So each of the based on each of the type of asset, the computation will be different. So I'll be creating different asset models for based on these types. Like there will be a different calculation for vehicles and another calculation for machines and furnitures, etc. So we'll be having vehicle with method straight line, and duration is 5 years, and computation is based on your product. And you can see the depreciation will be posted to fixed asset vehicle account itself, and the expenses and the channel. Similarly, we'll be able to create new models. Suppose I'll be creating one for machines. So the method is declining, then straight line. Declining factors provided 30%, and duration is it's given as 10 months. Suppose I'll be taking it as 10 months. And here the based on days per period is taken. And here the depreciation is fixed asset for machines, and expense will be posted to expenses. And the journal is miscellaneous. So while you are purchasing, this asset models can be used. Okay, so suppose I have a asset, say a car or some drilling machine is there, that I'll be categorized my product under a particular product category asset. So moving to product category, I'll be having a category called assets, which come under the parent category all. Okay. So I'm creating a product, say a car, which is a storable item. Let's go back to apps and install the inventory module since I haven't added that. I'll be keeping it as a storable item, like the assets itself. So let's install inventory, then only you'll be able to get that product type storable. Okay, the module is install, inventory install. So I'll be move back to the product categories, and under assets, I'll be having one product, say car, and which is a consumable, it's a storable item, and I'll be putting the sales price as 5,500, and I'll put cost here. Instead of that, what I'm doing is that I'll be changing the costing method to before this. Okay. And in the accounting section, you can mention the asset account over since the expense generated from this. That is why we're purchasing this car. It will be considered as a fixed asset and the depreciation has to be calculated from the. Okay. So the asset model have been added over here. Inside this asset model, under the automation tab, we have already added the manage items and asset model in its vehicle. So when we're purchasing this vehicle, it will generate an asset depreciation based on this particular model. Okay. Then again, moving back to product, I'll be creating one more, which is machines, which is also a storable item. And here it is added as 1,000. And in the accounting section, here I'll be adding the fixed asset for machines. And adding one more product for furniture. So which is storable, and the inventory, adding the fixed asset account as furniture. So in each product, we have provided that particular expense account for fixed asset, and in each account we have defined its respective asset model. Okay. Now what I'm doing is that I'm just purchasing these 3 items from the vendor. Okay. Vendor will be have. So let's create a bill from the vendor. I'll be purchasing a car, right? $5,000 and 15% tax. And let's add the billing date and confirm. So you can see a smart tab appears over here, which means an asset is generated. Let's go into the asset. You can see the original value, acquisition date is current date. The asset model follows as vehicle. Since in its fixed asset account, we have provided that model as vehicle. So we will follow the depreciation calculation, whatever we have, whatever rules we have mentioned inside this asset model. That is, the depreciation method is straight line for 5 years and based on no pro rata. And here you can see all the accounts. Now let's compute. When you click on the compute depreciation, you will see the depreciation mode over here, and each year it is equally split. The amount 5,000 is equally split among 5 years. So depreciation will be 1,000 for the first year, and the cumulative depreciation is 1,000, and the depreciable value for the next depreciation is 4,000. That is already 1,000 is depreciated. So 5,000 minus 1,000, which is 4,000. And for also next year, 1,000 has been depreciated. So the total cumulative depreciation is previous year, and this year 1,000 is depreciated. So it is total 2,000. And the depreciable value is 3,000. That's 4,000 minus 1,000. So likewise, it will continue. And here you can see the posted entries, or it's all the posted journal entries and draft journal entries. You can see over here currently there is no posted journal entry. Here you can see the date is by 12, December 31st of 2024. So this journal entry will be posted on that particular date. And here you can see the fixed asset value, that is the depreciation, is credited and the expenses debited. And in the other info, you can see the auto post option. If you require, you can mention it as a date. So it will be automatically posted in this particular accounting date. There is no need to post it manually. Okay, so you'll be able to find on the draft entries over here. This will be posted by this particular accounting date only. Okay. Now moving back to bills, and again I'll be purchasing from Decodit. I'll be purchasing the drilling machine and the desk combo. We're adding office desk combo, I think. Okay, office desk and chair combo. So we can see the particular account fixed asset furniture has been added. This time I'm purchasing 2 items with a price of 10,000. Okay, inside this particular asset account, we can see the asset model have to be added for furniture. This furniture has been added, and here you can see it is in the declining method. It's calculated in the declining method. Now moving back to your bill, and in the third, here I am adding 1,000, and for the next one, that is drilling machine. So this time the amount has been added as 10,000, and let's check the asset model has been added or not. So here let's add the asset model for machines, and inside this machine the calculation is declining, then straight line, and the computation is based on dates. So let's confirm this. Before that, add the date. So on confirming, you can see 3 assets are created. This is because we have added 2 quantities for office desk and chair combo. And inside the model, we have already enabled manage items. Manage items in the sense it will consider each quantity as separate asset. So that's why 3 asset has been created. That is, there are 2 assets generated for desk combo and 1 for drilling machine. And here you can see, when you open this, it will be in the draft state, and you can see all the details has been populated over here. And this is based on constant period. So constant period in the sense it is based on the purchase date from today date. Right? So when I'm computing the depreciation, there will be, here we have provided 5 years as duration, but there will be 6 journal entry. One is for current date, and the other for next 5 years. Okay. So here it is constant period. On computing for 5 years, you can see by 31st of 2024, this will be the amount depreciation 5 months. Okay. So here you can see for next 5 months, for March, there are 2 more days pending. So currently it is 29 and 2 more days are there. So the depreciation for 2 days have been calculated, that is 2.42. This is based on the number of days, based on the number of days. Then comes the next month. For next month, the depreciation will be the 30% of this depreciable value, that is 25. And the cumulative depreciation is the sum of the previous depreciation and the current depreciation. And next depreciable value is 972.58. Again, for the next period, 30% will be depreciated. So in this way, it will be reduced till by 2024 July, it will be 897.58. This is the depreciable value. So by the next month, by 2024, that amount will be depreciated as a whole. As a last amount was will be depreciated by 2024. And for the next as a drilling machine, here you can see this will be in declining then straight line method, and here you can see based on days per period. And when you compare the depreciation, you can see the details over here, that is for the month of 2024, like for the month of March, first depreciation is 98.04. This is because for the 2 days. So how this is calculated, in the sense the total value is 10,000, and for the duration 10 months, it will calculate the number of days. So the total number of days is 305 days. So 10,000 divided by 305 will give you the depreciation for a single day. And when you multiply by that value with 3 days, you will get 98.04. The cumulative depreciation is here, and 10,000 minus 98.04, so you will get the first depreciable value. Then in the next month, it will be reduced 980.39. That is for the next month, like there is 30 days. So the computation here is based on days per period. So for 30 days, the depreciation will be calculated. That is 30 multiplied by the depreciation per day. That is 980.39. Okay. And the cumulative depreciation is the sum of the first depreciation and second depreciation. And the depreciable value is the previous depreciable value minus current depreciation. That is 8,921.57. And also in the coming one, you can see the number of days is 31 days. So this time the value is 1,013.07. So this is also, we calculate with 31 days, based on 31 days. So 31 multiplied by the depreciation value per day, that is 1,013. And you can see the sum of this 3 depreciation is a cumulative depreciation. And the next depreciable value is previous depreciable value minus the current depreciation. So the calculation go like this. And you can see for the month of 31, like for the month having 31 days, you'll have the same depreciation, and the month with having 30 days having same depreciation. So this is how it calculates the asset. And when you confirm and you'll be moving to posted entries. So what I'm doing currently is I just posting this entry, and here you can see the auto post option is updated. So I'll be updated to no, and I update the date to 29 itself and post it. So here one journal entry has been posted. So here we have the details under the reporting. When you move to your general ledger, you'll be able to find the fixed assets will be debited 5,000, 2,000, and here it is the 10,000. Out of it, a depreciation has been added, which is credited. You can see 98.04 has been added. So the remaining was 9,901.96. Also in the expense as well, you can say, it's not posted. So next is when you look into your balance sheet. Okay. So in the balance sheet as well, you will be able to identify the details of your company's assets, liability, equity, and all. So under the current asset, you will be able to find the fixed asset. So when you unfold this, you can find the fixed asset. So currently the fixed asset value is 9,901.96. This is because 10,000 is the total value and 98.04 is depreciated already. So the remaining value is here. So you'll be able to identify your fixed assets in the balance sheets. Also, you'll be having your depreciation schedule reporting over here. So here you can see the posted assets details, like for drilling machine. We have been posted only for drilling machine. Other two are still in drafting. So you can see the acquisition date, first depreciation date. The depreciation method is declining, then straight line, and the rate of declining is 30%. So you can see the total asset is 10,000 as per 31st of March 2024, and a depreciation 98.04 is posted. So the current book value is $9,901.96. So in this way, once the entries are posted, you'll be able to get the complete details of it. You can also add unposted entries. That is, you can include draft entries as well. So when you add with the draft entries, you can see the other assets as well, since they are in draft state. When you unfold this, you can see the details for these. Okay. Next, we'll be discussing on analytic accounting. Analytic accounting helps you to track the cost and revenue, as well as analyze the profitability of a project or service. So just moving to configuration settings, and when you scroll down, you'll be having the feature that is analytic accounting under the section analytics. So enable analytic accounting, and we also require the budget management for managing the budget. So let me say this two feature. So when you're creating journal entries, the analytic widgets allows the distribution of cost in one or more analytic accounts. So you'll be having the provision to create analytic accounts, analytic plans, and analytic distribution. So once you enable this and save the configuration, you will be able to find analytic accounting section under the configuration. That is, you will be able to create analytic accounts, analytic plans, and analytic distribution model. Analytic plan actually allow you to analyze your accounting. For example, to track cost and revenue by project or by departments, etc. So the analytic plans include, when you open this analytic plan, you will be able to find the analytic plan, project, department, internal, etc. So under this plan, we will be able to add certain analytic accounts, and when a journal entry is creating, you'll be able to add the analytic distribution as well. So under the plans, as you added the analytic account, and into it which the cost and revenue distribution are posted according to the analytic distribution. So we'll be having an project, that is for analytic plan project, and here also you can also add the parent as well. Okay, suppose I'll be creating a subplan, say project A. So under my project, I'll be having two projects, that is project A and the project B. So again, I'm creating another like project B. Okay. So moving to analytic plan, so you'll be able to see two accounts under, that is two subplans account the plan project. And for this, you also able to add subplans for under project A itself, and also analytic accounts that involve under this plan. So I need to record the cost and revenue from project A. So I'll be having two accounts. So let me create two accounts for project cost, project A, and here you can also add the customer as well if your project involves a customer. So entry will be happen for this particular customer. Based on that, the project A's cost will be updated, and you can see the plan, that is project/project A. This is the plan, and here also you can add the budget lines if you have any budgets under this project. So this we'll discuss when we look into the budget management. So we'll be added the one account, analytic account for cost for project A. I'll be creating one more for revenue of project A. Then moving back to project A. So we can see two accounts are there, two analytic accounts are there for recording cost and revenue of project A. And for project B as well, I'll be creating two more analytic account for cost and revenue to record project B's cost and record project D. Let's say I'm creating one more, that is revenue let's say this. So we have created the analytic account and analytic plan. Next is analytic distribution. Okay, so we'll be moving to analytic accounts. So you can see all the analytic accounts over here, and the reference, customer, the parent, company, the debit and credit amount, that is the amount affected in the analytic account. Here you can see the created cost and revenue of project A and project B was for analytic account. Now I'll be moving to analytic distribution models. So here I'm creating a distribution model where I can add the distribution over here for project. I'll be adding the analytic add for cost of project A, and I'll be adding one more line for cost of project B, where the percentage recorded is 30%, and here it is will do a 70%. This is one distribution model. So when I open this, I can see the details. Here I can also add more condition, like condition to meet from which partner I'll be purchasing. Suppose if I'm creating an invoice for this particular customer, this distribution has to be applied. So this thing we have to be add over here. Also, we'll be able to add category, account prefix, product category, etc. So let's save this. I'm going to invoice. Suppose I'll be purchasing some project materials from Azure. Okay. Like add a line. So I'm adding like project materials. And here you can see the distribution is automatically added. If you require, you can add more analytic distribution over here. Let's add this. And I'll be adding a price of $1,000. So 30% will be recorded in project A and 30% will be recorded in the project book. Here it is cost actually. So that will if the solution model actually I will boost cost. It should be you are checking for revenue currently. Revenue of project A and creating one for Azure. Project earnings will be added at $1,000. So you can see out of this revenue, 30% will be moved to one account and 70% need to be moved to another account, which is 100%. Let me pay this and go back to analytic distribution model. Here I have an update. So 30% to project A and the remaining 70% should be recorded in the project based revenue account. Okay, updated it and now going back to invoice for Azure. So we can see the distribution has been automatically applied based on the condition with like the invoices generated from Azure. Okay, so let's confirm this. Here you can see the payment has been made by the customer. So now you look into your analytic files project and to your supplier project A, and in the analytic account you will be able to find in the revenue of A 300 is recorded. Then when you open the revenue like analytic account revenue project, then you'll be able to find the gross margin over here for the month of March 24. You'll be able to see the entries over here. And also we'll be having analytic reporting. Under the reporting section, we'll be having one management report, which is analytic reporting. When you open this, you'll be able to see the analytic reporting, pivot table, and list view, the details in list view and in Kanban view, then the graphical view and grid view as well. So pivot table allows you to take dynamic reports. So what you can do is you can add more filters to this pivot table. Suppose I'll be adding by project. So project A and B with revenues appear over here. And also maybe here I'll be also add more columns by using the measures using count or quantity. So I'll be using count. And I can again see the filter by week. Like the data can be grouped by week 30, and based on the financial account, in each account how much amount has been added. So these things will be taken into account, and you can download it in Excel sheet, and also you will be insert this into spreadsheet and save in the spreadsheet mode. So you'll be able to share it and save in the documents module in the spreadsheet workspace as well. Now looking to the budget management. So we have already enabled the budget management from the configuration setting under the analytics section. So this will helps you to use budgets to compare. Managing budgets is an essential part of running a business. Budgets help people to become more intentional with how money is spent and direct the people to organize and prioritize their work to meet the financial goal. They allow the planning of desired financial outcome, then measure the actual performance against that plan. So Odoo manages budgets using both general and analytic accounting. That is, we can use analytic accounting in the budget management as well. So we'll look into the budget management. So go to accounting, where you'll be able to see budgets. Here you can create budget. So currently we'll be having two budgets. I'll be creating one budget for a project XYZ. I have a project XYZ. For this project, I'll be running my business from 1st of this month to 31st of March. Okay. So the budget is calculating for the current month for 31 days. And I'll be having adding the budget lines. I need to add the budgetary position. So I'll be recognizing the cost and revenue of my budget. So I can create a budgetary position cost. Let's create an edit. Cost is a budgetary position name, and here you can add the expense accounted or the cost accounts over here. I'll be filtering the chart of account by expenses. So you'll be able to see all the expenses over here. So what I'm doing is that I'll be adding this expense accounts or let me create a new one, say 101100, and the name is project expense. Okay. And the account type is expenses. Let's even close. Okay. Also, I'll be adding more expense account from the existing one, like from expenses. Maybe there will be R&D expense. I record R&D expense. Also, the cost of goods sold as well. Okay. So whenever an expense record in these three accounts, that will be taken into account as a practical amount. I'll be adding the planned amount for my budget. Like I'll be expecting a maximum of $5,000 as to be spent as a cost for this project. And here you can see the theoretical value as well. So I can also, let me save this. So you can see the theoretical value is updated over here. This is because we have 31 days for the current budget. So how we calculate this is that the planned amount is 5,000 and the practical amount is the amount that we actually earn during this period, and theoretical amount is the amount that we need to earned or that we supposed to earn till today. So 5,000 is the total amount and the total number of days is 31. So 5,000 divided by 31 gives you 161.29. That is the per day we have to supposed to earn $161.29. So currently today's date is 29. So from March 1st to 29, how much amount we have to earn? That is 161.29 multiplied by 29 days. That is 4,677.42. So that is a theoretical value. That is the amount that we have to earn till today. First, we have to calculate how much amount we have to be earned per day. That is 5,000 divided by 31. So per day, we will get 161.29 and it is multiplied by number of days till today. That is 29. Today is 29th of March. So 29. So it will give the theoretical value of $4,677.42. Okay. Then we can also create budgetary position from the configuration settings as well. You will be having under the management section, we will be having the budgetary position. So this is a course we have already created. I'll be creating one for income earned. And I'll be adding account here. I'll be creating a new account as project income and save this. Also adding some income account from the default chart of account. So I'll be filtering it the chart of account type income and let's add other income. Okay, and local sales as well. Let's select. So I'll be creating the revenue or income on budgetary position and I can add this budgetary position under my budget. Here you can select the income earned. In this two way you can create the budgetary position and I'll be expecting to earn 10,000 as a planned amount to be earned. And while I'm saving this, you can also see the theoretical value. That is similar to the calculation we have done earlier. How we calculate this is 10,000 is a planned amount. Again divided by 31 days. So it will be 322.5. That is per day we have to earn 322 in order to get the planned amount of 10,000 for 31 days. Okay, so per day we are supposed to earn $322.5. So today is again 29th of March. So I'll be multiplying it with 29. So we'll get 9,354.83.871. That is till today we have to earn 9,354.84 total revenue. Then only we'll earn 10,000. That is, as we are earning $322 per day, then only we'll earn 10,000 till this period. Then only we'll achieve that planned amount. Okay, so I'll be I can confirm this. Okay, so on confirming, you'll be able to see the practical amount in case any entries are being added to it. So let's create a bill and adding new. So I'll be adding a vendor. Suppose I'll be purchasing something for this project. So project purchase and I'll be adding the account as my project expense account and the amount is $400. Okay, let's say and confirm. Before that, let me add the billing date current month Okay, now we'll be moving to our budget. So in the budget, we can see the practical amount is 400. It is updated as 400 minus 400 in the sense this is a expense. Similarly, in case of an invoice that will affect that particular account, maybe I'll be purchasing for this is a project revenue with account. Maybe I'll be adding the project income here. If I'm adding as 700 or 7,000, okay, confirming this. So 7,000 has been earned. So in the budget, you can see the budget 7,000 has been earned, and you can see the achievement percentage. That is, the achievement is calculated as a ratio of the practical amount and theoretical amount. So here you can see cost is minus 8.55 percentage achievement, and income earned is 74.83 percentage. So depending on the percentage of the achievement, we will decide whether we need to continue with this budget or we'll stop this budget. That is, if the achievement is greater for income earned, we can continue with the budget because it's a profitable budget. Otherwise, in case of the income is low and expense is very high, which means there is no point of continuing with that budget. So you can see the entries of your cost and revenue. When you're clicking on the entries, you'll be able to find that entries, journal entry over here. And also you'll be able to add the analytic account over here into which this budget has to be updated. So let me duplicate this. Okay, so this is right now in draft stage, and I'll be updating the analytic account. Maybe I'll be taking this to cost of project A, and here we'll be adding the revenue of project A. Okay, so as I'm confirming, this will record it under these project A analytic plans. Now, when you approve this, can see it is in validated stage. So when you move to your analytic accounting or analytic plans, when you move to projects, go to your subplan, the project A, and move to analytic account of cost and revenue of project A. You will be able to find the budget items will be updated in your analytic account. So this is how the budget management and analytic accounting are interconnected. Now we will have the reporting option for budget management, that is budget analysis. You'll be able to see the reporting under reporting menu. There is a budget analysis. Here you'll be able to find the budget and the start date, end date, the practical amount, theoretical amount. I'll be just removing the budget. So you'll be able to find all the details over here. And if you have added the budgets, you'll be able to find the achievement as well. Once you unfold this, you'll be able to find the details. Let me open this shortly. So here you can see, here you will be able to analyze the budget analysis, that is against the plan, and you can compare the practical amount, theoretical amount, and achievement from the budget analysis. And also you'll be able to take this information to your pivot table as well. You can see the budget XYZ and its planned amount, theoretical amount, practical amount, and achievement. You can see it over here. Maybe you'll be able to expand it with your analytic account as well. For project XYZ, there is nothing as been added as an analytic account. For project XYZ, 2, that is the duplicated one, is here we have been added that analytic account. So when I'm expanding, you can see that the information is available over here. And also you can download it into Excel sheet or insert into spreadsheet, and you can share it with your manager. Okay, so this is how budget management and budget reporting works. Now we'll look into the financial reports. There are a lot of financial reports, like few generic and dynamic reports are available for all countries. Depending on the localization package, there will be a country specific reports as well. So balance sheet, profit and loss report, executive summary, tax report, cash flow statement, aged receivable, aged payable, general ledger, trial balance, partner ledger. So lot of reports are available in Odoo. You can annotate every report to print them and report to your advisor. Also, you'll be able to download in PDF and XLS format, and are allowed and able to save the report into the documents module. So I'll be looking to the balance sheet. So you can see the balance sheet over here. So this shows a snapshot of your assets, liabilities, and equity of your organization as that particular date. We have added as of date as current date. So as of date, we'll be having this much assets, liabilities, and equity. And you can see the value of your each account. Like as your current asset, you will be having certain bank amount, cash amount, receivables, current assets, prepayments, fixed asset, non-current asset. So all the details you will be able to identify over here. And you can see the total assets. So when it comes to liability, you'll be able to find the current liability, payable, non-current liability, and the total liability. And equity as well, unallocated earnings and current year and unallocated earnings, current year earnings, and all other details will be, and the retained earnings and the total equity, etc. And also the total equity plus liability. And you'll be having comparison option, and you'll able to add or filter by journals. Maybe I just want to see the entries from the bank and cash only. I can just enable bank and cash. So based on that, the data will be populated in this report. Similarly, I can filter it by groups or plans. So I'll be adding the plan as project A. So you can see that details over here. And also you'll be able to add draft entries or analytic simulations. And currently this is in unfolded, like folded format. So you can drill down in the report to see more details like payment, invoices, journal items, etc. by clicking on unfold all. So you'll be able to unfold all the data. And also you can compare the value. So a comparison filter is there. You can compare with another period with a chosen period. You can choose up to 12 periods back from the date of the report. If you don't want to use the default, if you don't want to add the comparison, use the default previous one period option. Okay, that is previous one period option. If you're taking it as 5 and apply, you'll be able to find the period the report of last 5 period, and I'll be marking it to 1 itself. So it will be considered the current period. And also you'll be able to take on the printout in XLS and PDF format. Also you'll be able to save this. So when you save this, you can mention in which format you need to save this. If you want to save in the PDF format, you can mark export to as PDF, and the document name is balance sheet. And where it is saved is that Odoo will have a documents module. I haven't installed the documents module. If you install the document module, where it will ask another field like to add the workspace, which means in which folder of the documents module this document balance sheet has to be saved or exported, that you can mention it over here. Then comes the next report, that is a profit or loss report. This is also known as income statement, which shows your organization's net income by deducting expenses from the revenue for the report period. So you'll be able to see the net profit over here and the income and the gross profit. So gross profit is the sum of operating income and other income minus the cost of revenue. So you'll get the total gross profit, and you can see the expenses, depreciations as well. So the total income minus total expenses gives a net profit. And similar to the as we mentioned earlier, we'll be able to find the income statement of current month, and you can compare, and we can filter with journal. Also you can group by accounts and plan, that is analytic accounts and analytic plans. And also you can add for it unfold option is the analytic simulations are the, and it can include draft entries as well and cash basis method. And also there is another feature that is hide lines at zero. This is a new filter which hide the line with a total of 0 in the report. So currently in the report we have 2 lines with a 0 balance, that is cost of revenue and other income, also depreciation. So if I keep it as hide lines at 0, it will hide those lines having a total of 0. So if you have a lot of number of like lines in your report with line total 0, you can hide them and you can take a smaller report as per convenient. And we will look into the next report. Going to reporting, then we will have the cash flow statement. So cash flow statement shows how the changes in the balance sheet accounts and the income affect cash and cash equivalents, and break the earnings, break the analysis down to operating, investing and financing activities. So you'll be able to find the first line as cash equivalents at the beginning of the period, that is by February 2024. So I'll be adding to this month. So if we have any opening balances that in the cash and cash equivalents, that will be considered as the cash and cash equivalents at the beginning of the period. And under net increase in cash and cash equivalents, it will record the cash flow from the operating activities, like advance we receive from our customer, and the payment we have made to the payment we have adjusted to the customer invoices, and the cash paid to our vendors, and the payments adjusted to the vendor bill, etc. And other cash in and cash out from investing in extraordinary activities like and financing activities and classified activities, etc. Okay. Also, you'll be having the provision to add the posted entries and unposted entries and other features like hide lines at 0. Okay. And also, you will be able to save and download the PDF and XLS format of your cash flow statement. Then you will be having the executive summary. So executive summary allows for a quick look at all the important figures you need to run your company. So you have just seen the balance sheet previously, and the income statement, the cash flow statement. So all the details of these 3 reports will be consolidatively identifying the executive summary, and we'll be able to analyze the performance and positions as well. So here you'll be able to see the cash details like cash received, cash spent, cash surplus, and closing balance as well. Also, you'll be able to see the profitability details like income, cost of revenue, gross profit, expense, net profit. So all these details will be seen in the balance sheet, and this information we have been seen in the cash flow statement, and in the balance sheet receivables, payables, and net assets we have seen. And the performance details like gross profit margin, it is the ratio of gross profit and operating income, and net profit margin, which is the ratio of net profit and income, and return on investment, which is the ratio of net profit and asset. Similarly, the position like average debtors days, average creditors days, short-term cash forecast, and current asset to liability. Okay, so all this information you can find under the executive summary. Next is tax report. So tax report allows you to see the net and tax amounts for all the taxes grouped by type like sales and purchases. So currently we'll be having the sales tax like 15%, and if I'm choosing the month of this month, we'll be able to find the both sales tax and purchase tax with a 15% tax and 10% VAT. This is a tax group. That is, the tax group allows us to classify different taxes over here, and the net amount and the tax amount you'll be able to find over here. And in the configuration settings, you have defined a tax return periodicity. So once the tax return periodicity have been configured, and once that period have been completed, you can add the closing entry. So once you close this closing entry, it will ask, or it will here you need to specify the accounts, like necessary accounts to close the tax entry. So once you configure all those things and clicking on the closing entry, what it will happen is that it will create a journal entry for the tax return corresponding to the tax return. Then we will have next report in the reporting, which is general ledger. So general ledger shows all transactions from all accounts for a chosen date range. Here it is March 2024. So you'll be able to find all the accounts and its debit, credit, and balances, etc. And the initial summary report shows the total of each account from the, you can have a view to detailed transaction report or any exception. And this report is very useful for checking every transaction that occurred during the period of March 2024. I'll be able to unfold this, so you can see all the details over here, and you can see the project expense details like from the bill and the invoice date, the communication partner detail, currency, debit, credit, and balance amount. Also, when it moves to account, you will be able to add the analytic account. So based on that, the data will be filtered out, and also you can add the journals. Then let me check in the balance sheet. Okay. Now we'll move to next report, that is trial balance. So you can see the trial balance over here with initial balance, like by March 2024, the amount, debit and credit amount you can see over here, and here it is the ending balance. So you'll get the initial balance, that is the opening balance at the start of the period. Then you can see monthly transaction. If you have had comparison, maybe if I add 5 months, apply. So you'll be able to find the initial balance. Then by October 2023, what is the debit and credit for November, December, and January, etc. So here by January, there is some amount other, and that will be added along with the February. So you'll get for the next periods, and also you'll be having that total debit and credit amount over here. And at the end of the day, the trial balance, that is the ending balance, debit and credit should be the same. And you will be able to add the filters, analytic filters by journals, comparison, and by date as well. Now we'll look into next report, that is journal report. Journal report is a report that all the entries you can find on the basis of journal. You can see the customer invoices, all the entries that come under the journal customer invoice you can see over here. And below that we'll be having a tax report, like the taxes applied over here is 15% and 10% VAT, the base amount and tax amount. When you unfold the vendor bill, you can see all the entries that come under the journal, vendor bill, also the tax report. So similarly, for the bank and cash, you'll be able to see the bank and cash transaction done during the period of 2024. Okay. You can add the filter, and there will be options in order to include the the draft entries, and you can group by months as well. So you can see the, by 2024 February and March, and also it will be sorted by date, etc. So these are the other features available. Now we'll move to the partner ledger. So in partner ledger, we'll be able to find all the receivables and payables of our partner. It is the amount that we need to receive and amount we have to pay for our partner. So you can see for Azure India, the debit amount and the credit amount and the balance. So once you unfold this, you will be able to find the details, like all the journal entries. And by the month of March, if you want to find in that way, you can click on this month. So it will show current month's transaction details, and you can see the matching. So in this case, this is partially matched and these two are fully matched. And you can see the partners over here. So you can, even if the detail or the partner ledger is very high, you will be able to find the details of a particular partner only. You can click on the partner and add the partner over here. So it will show the partner details only. And next is aged receivable and aged payable report. These are the aged reports. So first we look into aged payable report. So this report display information on individual bills, credit notes, and overpayment owed by you, and how long this have gone unpaid. Like you can see the details like 1 to 30 days, 31 to 60 days, 61 to 90 days, and 90 days, and all the amount. And you can unfold this, so you'll be able to find which are the bills which is 1 to 30 days due, and which are the reverse bill, etc. over here. And as you'll be able to identify the details by partner and partner tags, and also options are there, and you can unfold all the details, or you can hide those lines with 0 as balance. And also this is for payable and for current date. The date is current date, or you can add it for by the end of last month, or end of last quarter, or financial year, etc. And you will be having similar to payable, you will be having the aged receivable as well. This shows the sales invoices that were awaiting payment during a selected month and several months period. So as per today date, there is nothing which is like no data is there which is aged, and maybe you can just click on last. Okay, so let's create an invoice. Let me show you how this you can see, and I'll be adding it for Azure. And the invoice date is, suppose the invoice date is by February 1st, and I'll be giving the immediate payment as a payment reference. And if the customer having make payment for this, so which means this is already due. So let's confirm this. So because customer has to pay by February 1st itself, today is March 29. So when you're looking to the list view, you can see that particular invoice, that is invoice number 10, which is due by 57 days ago. Now, when you look into your aged receivable report, and as of today, you'll be able to find that details over here. The value is not added over here. Use the journal entry, so you can see that details. So it's because my database have some issue. So in the receivable, you can see that invoice number. So this will move to 59 days, right? So it will be shown under like 31, in between 31 to 60 days. That amount will be shown over here. So this is an aged report for receivable. Then you will be having analytic report, unrealized currency, gain or loss account, deferred revenue, deferred expenses. So a lot of management reports are also available. Now we'll be moving to another feature of Odoo 17 accounting model, that is branch concept. Okay, in Odoo currently we'll be having both branch concept as well as multi-company concept. So you'll be able to add multiple companies in the sense they will be treated as individual entity. That is, in Odoo multi-company concept allows business to manage multi-companies within a single database instance. And each company within the Odoo system operate as a separate independent entity with its own accounting, sales, purchase, and other relevant modules. So let's go to general settings. Currently, let's see the company. So open the company, and here you will be able to find this is our company. My company is San Francisco. So here it is in United States. So here we'll be using the US chart of account, which have a separate chart of account, taxes, physical positions, journals according to that country. And when I'm looking into the Indian company, here it is another company, that is Indian company, which is having another chart of account or taxes according to the Indian culture or Indian accounting practice. So when you open here, like you'll be able to find the companies over here. Currently, you'll be having 4 companies, that is San Francisco company, Demo company, Indian company, and chart of account, Chicago company. So when you want to activate both company, you can enable this as well. So which means these 2 companies are currently active, and you are currently residing in the my company San Francisco. And if you want to switch to Indian company, you just switch to Indian company. So you can see you are currently in Indian company. And when you move to the accounting module, you'll be able to find the localization package you have set for your Indian package, and based on that the details will be applied. So when you add entries in the San Francisco company, it is in US dollars, and you are entering another entry in the Indian accounting, which is INR, and it uses Indian taxes as well. So both are independent, and the journal entries are posting on different. Now, let's move to this company, Indian company, and here you can find there are certain invoices are there, and some of them are not paid. So I'll be taking this invoice and making the payment, like the registering the payment. And when you move to accounting, if I'm taking for example general ledger, here when you take the journals, let's enable these two companies. So this, even though these two are independent, you will be able to take reports of both company in a single instance if you enable or activated these two companies. So currently two companies are activated. So when you take the journal, you can see the journals of your Indian company and the journals of your my company San Francisco. So if you want to know the cash that is based on cash channel of your both company, you can just enable this too. So the report will be taken over here and you can see the details. Or maybe I'll be adding the customer invoices only for this and taking the customer invoice. So the customer invoice of both companies are available over here. That is, you can see it. Okay. So the details can be taken into account. That is what debtors account, the SGST payable, CGST payable, IGST payable, etc. Also, when you go to the P&L report, you will be able to take the P&L report of both of your company based on the bank and cash. Okay, so I'll be choosing the bank and cash. My Indian company, there is nothing over here. And if I'm adding to bank and cash of gold, okay, we can say the amount over here. It is expense only that is based on the Indian currency. So, but you will not be able to identify which expenses for which company and which expenses which company. So, you can make use of the consolidation module to take the consolidated report of. So, it will give you an P&L report of both company in a targeted currency. You can define in which targeted currency you require to take that particular report. So, this is the multi-company concept and the reporting sections. Additional to this, Odoo's branch concept is work. That is, it further extends the functionality by enabling the subdivision of companies into branches representing various locations, departments, or divisions. So, moving to the company configuration, go to settings, users and companies, the San Francisco company, and here you can see the branches. So you can add the branch of your San Francisco company. So I'll be adding branch 1. Okay, and this might be another branch, maybe in United States and maybe in another state, and they will be having a different contact details. Example.com and the currency, etc. And I'll be having one more branch, that is branch 2 of San Francisco, which might be in the United States itself, but in another state. And here the email ID is branch 2 at example.com. Okay, so there will be 2 branches we have been added. Let's save this. So once you save this, and we'll be moving to your my company San Francisco, you can see 2 branches are created for branch 1 and branch 2. So this will be considered as a branch concept where basically it uses the same chart of account and the taxes of your main company But there is also possibility of adding, it is also provide the possibility of adding multiple chart of accounts for, or a different chart of account for its branch. Okay, so let's move to the branch one. So I'll be jumping to or switching to San Francisco branch one, which is similar to the switching of your company. Then moving to journal, where you can define the journals over here. That this is a customer journal, and you can see this is a journal of your company. My company San Francisco. That is also available in branch one San Francisco. If you want to create a dedicated one for your branch one, you have to create new. So it will be taken to branch one of customer. Branch one customer invoices. Customer invoices for branch one. Okay. Also, the type, which is same, and we can define the income account. That is, I'll be using the same account, same chart of account. I can use a product sales, or even you can create a new one with a company name of branch one San Francisco. So that will be used as a dedicated one over here. Okay, suppose I'll be creating and branch income over here and create an edit, and here you can see if I'm creating this from this particular company, this will be taken. Otherwise, you can use the main company chart of account. That is by default, or actually the branch concept moves. Odoo is using the same chart of account of your company itself, but Odoo also provide the provision of adding multiple journals or multiple chart of accounts specifically for the branch. Okay, if required, like just as a company, branches can also be configured. So both are available. Okay, both functionality can be achieved using Odoo. So I'll be adding 11009 and its type is income, and close this. Then I'll be adding BINE. Okay, in order to represent this is branch invoice. Let's say, and I'm creating one invoice. Click on new and adding the customer decorating. So all the other details like the partner and product are also shared among the branches as well. It is also possible, and here I'll be using the customer invoice for branch one. So the invoice sequence will start from BINE, and also let's add the products. Let's cabinet windows and large cabinet. Confirm this and registering payment with currently I'm using the bank of my company San Francisco itself. So the thing is that the journal customer invoice journals will be obvious. So the payment is done to the main company. So in the reporting as well, when you go to general ledger, when you look into over here, you will be able to find the branch one San Francisco. So when you enable this, you'll be able to find the balances of this particular customer invoice. That is, the product sale is affected, the tax account is affected, and account receivable is also affected. And if you you have enabled the branch one San Francisco, and if you open the profit and loss report, you will be able to find the P&L report based on your branch. So you can choose a customer invoice. So operating income, you can see 460 cents. So in this way, you will be able to find or able to take your report of your branch, like whether it is balance sheet, profit and loss report and all. And if you enable the My Company, or if you check My Company San Francisco, and you are switching to My Company San Francisco, so it will show you a consolidated report of branch 1 and branch 2 with the my company San Francisco. Suppose you are taking the profit and loss report, and when you open the journal, you can see the details. Okay. So if you are adding the customer invoice from my company San Francisco as well, you'll be able to get that consolidated report. But the thing is that you will not be able to identify which entry is from which company. So in that case, you'll be able to use a consolidation report. Otherwise, these things are handled in Odoo 70 accounting module, let's say. Then moving to configuration settings, we'll be having one more new feature in the accounting, that is dynamic reporting. Okay. Yeah, the thing is that automatic accounting. So this will enable the automatic accounting entries of your stock inventory, the stock interim accounts. So these things will be updated in the product category when we update the automatic accounting only. And here we have the ability to add the invoicing switch threshold. So when we add a date over here, what will happen is that the invoices up to the state will not be taken into account as accounting entry. And this is new in Odoo 70, that is a dynamic report, in order to navigate easily through report and see what is behind the numbers. So once you enable this, and you'll be having that report lines, and when you click on that line, it will take you to the journal entries of that particular. It is when you move your cursor over here, you can see the color of the value has been changed from black to green. Okay. And when you click it over here, you will be able to see the entries behind that particular value. So this is new accounting 70. So hope this is clear for you. And if you have any queries, you can comment in the chat box. And for more clarification, you can refer our blogs, functional and technical videos from the YouTube channel. And also you can connect us at odoo@cybrosys.com.